know, Helen Obiri, and Helen's become almost a fixture. She has won it on numerous occasions. Not last time, but not here. But she's been on the road recently, been in good form. The Kenyan well represented here. Actually, one thing I should mention: somebody who has represented Kenya for a long time very well, Caroline Kirui, running for Kazakhstan for the very first time. Just on the outside there, behind Gezan from Turkey. And Nian Saba has just gone to the front straight away.
About 400 to go, and Kipyegon is really in danger here of getting boxed in. She needs to find some room there, but still Nian Saba is calling the shots and pulling the strings, and now we have a move.
Gebreselassie there just trying to make a move, coming up on the outside of Jessel, and Kipyegon still stuck on the inside, but Nian Saba into that wind. Look how much she's leaning down into it to try and give herself a little bit of momentum away from the others, but it's not happening. She can't get away, but Kipyegon just finding a little bit of room as she slips inside Gebreselassie. A little bit of acceleration takes her up under the shoulder. Nian Saba, who responds and is fighting hard to try and hold the curve. And the two great exponents of middle distance running are showing the 3,000-meter women how to do this. And it's Nian Saba and Kipyegon, stride for stride, moving away from everybody else. There's still nothing to choose between them. Nian Saba just with a slim advantage. Is she going to get there? This would be another upset, really. Kipyegon was the favourite, but Nian Saba comes away for the win. A big last lap, a big last 200 metres. Kipyegon waited and was patient, but it was Nian Saba who had the kick at the end.
13:47 at the bell.
Well, Worku leading the way, hugging that inside track. Seum, her compatriot, may have to go wide. Judd looks as though she's been dropped, and Grovdal is the fourth-placed athlete trying to keep pace with the three Ethiopians who've stolen a march here. Klein also trying to hang on to the coattails of Grovdal, and now Seum hits the front.
Seum with 200 to go then. Big acceleration there. Worku goes with her. Facer as well in third place. Grovdal struggling to cope with this. Klein, in fact, back in fifth place. May pass the Norwegians. They come into the home straight. But it is Seum who leads. A little glance over her shoulder there. She will see exactly what she wanted to see. This acceleration over the last couple of hundred has created a big gap behind her. The Ethiopian, Dawit Seum, in her 5,000 track debut, storms to victory. It's a 10-meter win, and it's a very, very good time too. 14:47 for Dawit Seum. I got the last lap therefore at about 60 seconds. That's the fastest time in the world this year by a couple of seconds and more.
So again, a big opportunity here. It'll be really interesting for me to see how a couple of these young Ethiopian runners go. One or two of them, never ever seen them perform at this sort of level at all. In fact, not even outside of Ethiopia. And then a baby there, just, as I said, 15 she is, but she has run outside of Ethiopia, ran in Ostrava in the 1,500 metres. Nobody looks that keen to go with the pace that the Australian has been asked to set. So I'm not surprised really. The pace is pretty quick for the standard of athletes who are in this. So I think we're probably just going to see a pretty, I hope anyway, a good race here that see who fancies being the one to chase, and Kitev, Kenya, the first to break and move away. And immediately there's a little bit of a gap appears as four of them separate themselves. Mercy Chirono, Iyisa and Abebe, the two teenagers from Ethiopia, joining the two Kenyans. Doesn't have really the shorter distance speed either. So it's Kite, Chirono, Eloise Markov looking very good at this point. Costa just trying to trail or chase her, but the two young Ethiopians, no idea what sort of pace they have. They're still in this, so we now got 6 women contesting it as they take the bell.
Well, Markov brilliantly placed there, just moved up, glided effortlessly from third to second, and now on the shoulder of Kite, and has taken and stolen a march on Chirono, and a baby now at the back of that pack. This will be a real test for the 15-year-old.
Markov making a long run from home, 300 metres out, strikes first. Chirono tries to follow, doesn't look as though she's got much acceleration yet. Aisa, the best of the Ethiopians. Maureen Costa trying to hang on, but the British athlete hasn't made a decisive break here. She tried to go hard, but she's making a long run for home. Just enough acceleration to test the others. Chirono trying to hang on to her. Still just a metre and a half between her and the lead, but Markov has a look at the screen at the far end. She can see just the two of them now between them. 100 metres to go. Mercy Chirono trying to find some speed in those legs of hers have carried her to great victories in the past, and there's going to be another one here. Mercy Chirono just about going to make it, but Markov trying to fight back. It's going to be tight on the line. Chirono gets it by the smallest of margins.
Away they go. Now we're looking for 14:30 pace. That would mean 3,000 reached in 8:42 by the pacemaker Rosalind Jeppen-Getic, and that means 2:54 per kilometre, so around 69 or 70 per lap. It's quite a big field, 19 athletes out there. The meeting record, well, at the time it was a world record, Tirunesh Dibaba, 14:11. That was back in 2008. It's still the second fastest time ever, but Jeppen-Getic, a little glance over her shoulder there to look at the rest of the field, see if they will go with this. Grovdal with a lap and a half to go. The crowd loving this, leading the best of the world over 5,000 metres. Ayana still in second place. Segai, the 1500 specialist, remember she's got 3:54 1500 ability, wonderful speed and strength combination. She's in third place. Seom in fourth. The world record holder, Gide, back in fifth. Has she got the speed, though, to contend with these athletes through the latter stages? And also going well up there at the moment is Alicia Monson of the USA. Kloster Halman third from left in the blue strip. As they come towards the bell, it's still Grovdal, and the crowd here in the home straight stand rise to their feet as the bell sounds. Four abreast behind her, though.
She's heading for a massive personal best, Tim, whatever happens. I doubt that she'll get away with the win here, because Sigai is sitting poised and Gidai now moving up on her shoulder as well. This is an Ethiopian scrap, effectively for their national title, but well done, Grovdal.
Grovdal has really made them work for this, and she's hanging in there, almost being dragged along in their slipstream. They haven't hit the hammer yet. Segai leads, Gide on the outside, Seom there in the headband, just loitering, ready to kick hard, and into the last 200. This is where Grovdal will miss out, because she doesn't have that change of gear. Good running still from Monson, the American, back in fifth place. They come into the final 200 metres, and it's certainly Gide there, who gave a little shove there to Segai. Seom, she's trying to give everything as well. Has Seom got the speed in these latter stages? The world indoor 1500 silver medalist a few years back, and she kicks away from the bigger names behind her, and she's going to take this one. Grovdal in fourth place, but Seom is going to take this one, and it is quick. What's the time? 14:25. Wow.
Expect this to be fast from the very start. It's a big field as well. 17 competitors down there, just the one pacemaker. She's been asked to run at 66 seconds per lap. That would equate to 8 minutes and 15 seconds. So she should be a little bit ahead of those lights. Uchida of Kenya, I think she's there in the yellow vest, just making her way towards the start, but that doesn't quite look as fast as I'd expect. We have got screens here in the stadium, and if I was any of those athletes in the top 4 or 5, I would think if I kick now, Sifan Hassan might not be able to get back on terms with me, because Sifan Hassan is really quite boxed in there. She's navigated around a few athletes. If the likes of Kite, Taye or Monson was going to go now, I would say that would be a pretty good move, because Sifan Hassan is just easing her way through the group. And there she is as we approach the bell. Sifan Hassan has got herself back into the running. She's the Olympic champion over 5,000 metres, world champion over 1,500 metres. You would not like to kick with her. Sifan Hassan just manoeuvring herself into third place in front of Klosterhalfen there. That's a big group to go through into the last 300 metres.
Is that a missed opportunity for the rest of the field? Because Hassan can be deadly from here, down the back straight, and now getting into her stride, and she's ominously placed there in lane 2, just on the shoulder of Kip Kenboy.
Jateo Taye has got a brilliant 5K time this season, that 14 minutes and 12 seconds. So you'd expect her strength to come through. But Sifan Hassan is renowned for her kick when she's in good form. We didn't see it in Eugene. She wasn't quite ready to show us the true Sifan Hassan at her very best. But is this what we're going to be treated to today? Sifan Hassan takes a look over her shoulder. She's still got Taye for company, but Sifan Hassan has got an extra gear. This is the woman we haven't seen in 2022 so far. But what a joy to see the Dutch athlete back to her best, striding away. She can see the flames, she can see the glory. She's going to take a win here at the Diamond League. 8 minutes and 39 seconds. What a brilliant return to form for Sifan Hassan.
Women's 3,000 metres. 7.5 laps of the track.
And the pace, well, the pace they've asked for is actually pretty lively. Sub 8:20 pace, that equates to around 67, 66 and a half seconds per lap. We've got two pacemakers, and Etta Lemige will take them out through 400 and 800 in about 2:12, and then it'll be picked up by Georgia Griffith for the latter stages. But there, Steve, is Nian Saba, and I'm not sure if you agree, but for me, a question mark about where she is in her recovery.
Let's see.
Well, we've got a group of 7 now, with Hassan at the back of that group of 7, just behind Nian Saba. Just starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Monson is doing all the legwork here. Kip Kenboy's in there as well. Chibet quietly going about her business. Don't let write off Elise Cranny as well, who's had a fabulous couple of weeks as well. Nian Saba then starting to look good as they hit the bell, and they come through with the clock at 7:23 and bits. 67 last lap.
Heading for sub 8:30, surely there'll be a big last lap. Laura Muir looks very tired, and Nian Saba just moves up, and look at Hassan, looks ominous, doesn't she? And another push and a shove as she goes past Chibet. Still anybody's race.
Monson's opened up a little bit of a gap over Kip Kenboy. Nian Saba, and now Hassan starts to take closer order. Hassan, is this a charge? Is she just winding it up? Laura Muir is going backwards, starting to struggle with this pace. Monson, though, still looking very comfortable indeed. Hassan in second place, Chibet, then Kip Kenboy, and then Nian Saba. Nian Saba starting to grimace. Is this too much too early for her in her recovery? But Monson, look at her, remaining strong, remaining glued to that inside track. And Hassan, she's going to force it to go wide. Here's Chibet on the charge. 80 metres to go. Monson could get this, you know. Here comes Nian Saba charging late. Chibet also going well. Hassan has gone. Has Nian Saba left it too late? Can Monson hold on? Nian Saba, goodness me, on the line. May have just pipped in. It's a meeting record. That'll go to a photo. Nian Saba may have just picked it on the line. Monson held firm right until the final few metres. Chibet in third place, we knew. Hassan, well, improvement further, but not enough on this occasion. Laura Muir well out of it in the end. But Nian Saba, has she made a winning return? Her first race since May, and has she made it 4 wins out of 4? It's just been confirmed. It's a meeting record, but Steve, boy oh boy, she left it late.